Hey everyone, Randy here. This is going to be another random chatty vlog. Today is June 10th, 2022. Yesterday would have been my 10th wedding anniversary if I was still married. So, rather than sitting around and wallowing or finding something calming and relaxing to do to pamper myself, in true me fashion, which if you've been around for a while, you know how I am as a person. And if you are new, welcome. But I booked myself a session in a rage room yesterday. I had 15 minutes to smash 10 to 12 glass items to pieces. Unfortunately, they were very small. So my only complaint is that the basic starter package, while being reasonable and affordable, does not give you a lot of things. However, this venue allows you to bring in your own things to smash and destroy. So I think that next time, maybe what I'll do will be to clear out the last of the dishes that Adam and I had together and go get a new set from the thrift store and just destroy those ones. That sounds like a good idea. But they let you bring your own stuff in. So if you had like a busted TV that doesn't work anymore, or a printer that jams all the time, and you're like, oh my god, who's jammed now? Whack, 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 whack. My only other complaint, aside from the low quantity of things to destroy, was that they didn't have a baseball bat. They had a crowbar, they had a big metal pipe, they had a big long-handled sledgehammer, they had a couple of smaller ones, they had some regular hammers. They also had a few throwing axes, which I thought was kind of weird for being in the rage room to break things. But this venue also had like axe throwing lanes, and they have a thing called archery tag, where the arrows have like these little squidgy things on the end that kind of look like marshmallows. So I don't know if you're wearing a vest that has Velcro on it and these things are sticky or something. I have no idea. But they have a lot of other things aside from just the rage room. I thought it was pretty cool. So aside from that, since I posted my last video almost a month ago, I am dealing with yet more court bullshit. Seems like every time I finally get adapted and starting to settle into something, he's right there just digging those stitches and those wounds open with a seam ripper and just yanking them right back open again. It's never ending. And I don't want to have to deal with this for the next at least 9 years until Hunter is 18. Unfortunately, though, I'm going to have to. Maybe if I'm lucky, we can leave before then, but with the way Washington State is, we're so progressive. It's marvelous. Not necessarily. But yeah, it's fun. My favorite thing. You can see the gray and white kitty cat in the box there. Oh, speaking of kitty cats, Atticus! You boy! You kitty! Atticus escaped the other day. That was a blast and a half. So my cats are indoor cats because I wouldn't say we live in a big city, but it's city enough that pets have no business being outside unless they're on a leash. Not only because you have to worry about them getting road pizzaed in traffic, but also because there is a probability that somebody who's living out on the streets might decide that they look pretty tasty. We'll leave it at that. Washington is such a great state. So as far as crafting things go, I have not touched yarn since we moved out here, aside from to put it on the shelf it's in my bedroom because there's no space in here. We're in an 800 square foot apartment, so Space is kind of at a premium, and everything, as you can see from my bookshelves, is pretty much stacked to the ceiling in order to make space, and I need to finish getting my bedroom organized. I've made the living room and the kitchen / dining room area and the boys' room all good and organized. But that means that my bedroom has kind of become the dumping ground for everything else. And if you're wondering why I'm looking in weird directions, the camera is actually up here above the monitor. And it feels weird to be like looking up in that direction because, yeah, not fun. I was going to record with my good camera, so cross your fingers for me, because my very expensive Canon camera will not turn on, and I'm just hoping that it's because it's been sitting for so long that both of the batteries are completely dead. Really, 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 really hoping that that's the only thing wrong with it. So I was reading a thing that said to take out the SD card, take out the battery, take off the lens, and just let it sit open for a couple of hours. So I've got batteries charging. And hopefully later today at some point I will be able to put a fully charged battery in there and it will work. And if not, I'm going to cry because that camera is stupid expensive and I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't work anymore. Aside from that, I finally got my audio channel up to over 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. That channel is growing super fast, so I guess it seems that I've maybe finally stumbled across the secrets in the algorithm in regards to that type of content. I have been attempting to start working out more. Unfortunately, it is not a constant thing because some days I will have 6.5 to 7 hours of hands-on time giving massage, which is extremely physical, exhausting work. And then other days I'll have like yesterday where I was supposed to have 1.5 hour session and I got to work. And 10 minutes after I got there, my appointment called just before it was supposed to start and canceled on me. So my schedule is extremely inconsistent. Good boy. Had a kiss. And someone's got a crazy going on. I don't know if you can see the orange demon down yonder. Cute boy. Had a kiss. I think that the weather going back and forth is messing with the cats. I'm fairly certain from the changes in the weather that have been occurring and my undue stress levels that I've been experiencing lately, that I am starting to develop allergies to something outside. And it is atrocious. I've never had allergies in my entire life, and I cannot explain what is going on with me otherwise. Don't have a fever, don't have body aches, but I have this ridiculous postnasal drip that irritates the hell out of my throat and makes me cough and cough and cough and cough and cough like a seal. But on days where it's rainy, it doesn't bother me as much. On days where it's really hot and sunny, and the white puffs off of the cottonwood trees are floating around, it's awful. And nothing helps it for long. I've tried taking hot showers, drinking tea, drinking tons of water, honey, everything. Nothing helps except in a temporary capacity. And I don't want to have to go buy non-drowsy Benadryl just to function. But if this crap doesn't go away in another week or two, I might have to. It's been about a week and a half now, so. And yes, I unfortunately have received the pokes, so no, I'm not worried about it being the plague. Although everyone else at work lately has all of a sudden developed a random fever that knocked them out for like 2 or 3 days. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't have a fever though. Like, aside from the fact that my throat is irritated from constant mucus flow and coughing. I feel fine. I've actually been sleeping more than usual, which is not common for me. We don't do the sleeping thing. We're bad at it. And usually I wouldn't be consuming this much liquid on camera because I know that it bothers some people, but if I don't, I'll be having to cut tons and tons of video because I start hacking like every 5 minutes or so if I don't continuously sip something. Which is super fun at work. I had to explain to a couple of clients, I was like, if I feel like I have to cough, I'm gonna get up for a minute and like walk away to the other side of the room and like cough into my arm so that I'm not passing it to you. And we have to wear masks at work anyway, but still. It's like, it's not the plague. It's just freaking allergies. And they're like, that's fine. I know it's allergies. And I'm like, okay, good. Because I don't like being out in public and having a little bit of a tickly cough and having people look at me like I just pulled a firearm in a public place. So as far as crafty things are concerned, I am probably going to be using up some yarn to make some hats with my knitting machine to send off to Amber from Crochet for their Garfield make-along, which she's just starting up again, because I really just want to start using up some of the supplies that I have hoarded for an extremely long time that I now will probably never use. I know that some people would be like, well, just give the yarn away. And it's like, I don't want to do that. I've done that with a lot of yarn already. So I do have some yarn, some of the nicer stuff that in the next couple of weeks I'll probably be posting in my Etsy shop. I also have a whole bunch of bags that I cut last year, just at the start of the summer, before I started working and just before I moved. So I'm probably going to be getting those all sewn together and get those posted in the shop in the next couple of weeks too. Because although massage is decent money per hour compared to a lot of other things, if you aren't having consistent hours, then it doesn't matter that you're making almost twice what minimum wage is out here an hour because you're not working that much. So in order to make sure I have some consistent income, I'm going to have to start doing something crafty again. I also have a bunch of sublimation stuff, and I have a bunch of vinyl, and I do have a cutting machine. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do some more research on how best to utilize that and maybe start selling like window stickers and stuff, vinyl decals. I have been writing some. I have not been working on my novel as much as I was hoping to, but I feel like if I start pushing myself to do a chapter a week, I should be able to have it ready so that I can release it around Halloween. Because, you know, vampires are kind of a big deal around that time of year, so I think that that would probably be the best thing to do timing-wise. Because that's something that I've discovered with my other channel, with my audio stuff, is trying to release things with a certain theme that correlates with something in the real world. I tend to have the most well-received videos when I do that. My most successful recent video over on that channel was one that I released on the evening of the blood moon eclipse about a month ago-ish now. And just for the heck of it, I made it a werewolf girlfriend audio, and her freaking out because not only is it a full moon, but it's a super blood moon, and there's an eclipse happening on top of that, so yay, supernatural craziness abounds. That video has gotten almost 6,000 views in less than a month, and usually I average somewhere between like 300 and 500 views in the first week on most of my videos over there. Sometimes they do better. Sometimes they hit about 1,000 in the first week, depends on what it is. But all of the ones that I've coincided the release of with something happening in the real world, like putting one out on Valentine's Day, stuff like that, seems to work better. And as far as stuff like that goes, I might start occasionally doing videos here and there that are kind of like tips and tricks on how to grow your YouTube channel, because I know that this channel has kind of stagnated a bit because my life is honestly stagnated in some regards, but is now a constant ebb and flow of chaos in other regards lately. But I might start doing videos with little tips and tricks and things that I have learned that have helped me with certain types of content. I mean, I took that channel from having 200 subscribers to having now almost 1,100 subscribers in less than 6 months. So I'm not saying I'm like a total expert or anything, but if people are interested and want to increase viewership and potentially get more monetization on their channel, I can start posting tips and tricks videos and my experience so far. I mean, I have been doing YouTube for well, since we moved out here to Washington, so at least 6 years, if not 7 at this point. So yeah, if you guys are interested in stuff like that, let me know. I know that a lot of you, when I posted a poll, said that you don't really particularly care what the content is, you just want to see more of me, and life is life, but I'm trying. If nothing else, I know I can manage 1 video a month. I'd like to go for 2. If I could get back on doing 1 a week, that would be even better. But life is life, and I cannot film when the boys are awake. When they're asleep, yes. But usually by that time of night, I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning because that's when they're waking up now. And usually I'm ready to go to bed too. But sometimes I try and stay up all night. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it there for now because I just spent like 2 minutes straight hacking my lungs out, and I think my voice is about done with extended speech for the moment. So, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Welcome to all the new people. Welcome back to all of the people who've been around for a long time. I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that you're doing whatever you can to take care of yourselves, and I hope that you all find something to do today that makes you feel alive. I will catch you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys.